The path that a Sigma male treads are different from that of anyone else. You have a unique perspective on life that sets you apart from the crowd. While this can be a source of strength, it can also present some difficulties that you must face if you want to achieve success. The road to success is never an easy one, and to emerge stronger and more capable than ever before, you must be willing to embrace the difficult realities that come with it. Watch till the end as we unveil the 8 harsh realities Sigma males must embrace. You may be wrong on some things. As a Sigma male, you are often perceived as someone who is highly logical and analytical, approaching problems with a level head and carefully considering all factors before making a decision. This trait can be highly valued in many situations, as it can lead to well-informed and well-reasoned judgments. However, it's important to recognize that being logical and analytical does not guarantee that you will always be right. Despite your best efforts, there may be times when you make mistakes, misjudge a situation, or overlook important details. This is simply the reality of being human. Even the most intelligent and analytical individuals are not infallible. It's important to acknowledge this fact and to embrace the idea that you may be wrong on some things. Embracing the possibility of being wrong is not a sign of weakness or incompetence. It is a hallmark of intellectual humility. The recognition that we are all fallible and have limitations in our understanding of the world. By acknowledging the possibility of being wrong, you open yourself up to learning and growth. Of course, this does not mean that you should abandon your analytical approach or let your emotions cloud your judgment. Rather, it means that you should be open to the possibility of being wrong and willing to reevaluate your assumptions and beliefs when new information comes to light. You are not a social butterfly, don't try to be. Being a social butterfly comes naturally to some people. They seem to effortlessly navigate social situations, and everyone wants to be around them. They are the life of the party and the center of attention, but not everyone is like that. For some, socializing can be a daunting task, and they may find themselves struggling to fit in or to be noticed. If you are someone who feels like you don't fit into the social structure, don't worry. You are not alone. As a Sigma male, you may feel like you are not living up to expectations, but the truth is that you have a superpower that others don't. You have a unique perspective on the world. This is your strength, and it is what sets you apart from others. So if you find yourself struggling to fit in or to be noticed, don't try to be something you're not. Embrace your Sigma identity and use it to your advantage. You may not be the center of attention, but you have the power to influence others in your way. Financial instability. This can be a significant challenge for those who choose to live outside of traditional social norms, particularly for Sigma males who reject conventional notions of masculinity and societal expectations. While the pursuit of individualism and independence is undoubtedly rewarding, it often comes at a cost. Because Sigma males reject traditional roles and expectations, they may not have the same financial resources or stability as those who follow traditional paths. Traditional social norms often dictate that men should pursue high-paying careers, work long hours, and prioritize financial stability and security. Sigma males, however, tend to prioritize personal freedom, creativity, and self-expression over material wealth and financial success. They may choose to pursue careers that are not as financially lucrative, work part-time or freelance, or reject the traditional notion of a career altogether. As a result, Sigma males may struggle to achieve financial stability and security, particularly in the early stages of their careers. Loneliness is not a result of being alone. Loneliness is a complex and multifaceted emotion that can be experienced by individuals in a variety of circumstances. While it is commonly associated with being alone, loneliness is not necessarily a direct result of solitude. So people who choose to live a solitary lifestyle may not experience loneliness at all. Sigmas are otherwise known as lone wolves. They often prefer to spend time alone and may find social interaction to be draining or overwhelming. This preference for solitude can be evident in various aspects of their lifestyle, including their hobbies, work, and living arrangements. However, just because a Sigma may choose to be alone, it doesn't necessarily mean they are lonely. Being alone can be a deliberate choice that provides a sense of peace, freedom, and self-discovery. It can allow an individual to focus on personal growth, creativity, and introspection. You may find it hard to get true love. The traditional path to finding true love is not as straightforward for Sigma males as it may be for others. This can be a difficult reality to come to terms with, but it is one that you must embrace if you want to find happiness in your relationships. The truth is, Sigma males tend to be highly independent and self-sufficient, valuing their freedom and autonomy above all else. This can make it difficult to find a partner who shares these values and is willing to give you the space and independence that you crave. Additionally, Sigma males tend to be very selective when it comes to choosing their partners, preferring to take their time and carefully consider all factors before committing to a relationship. While this may seem like a disadvantage when it comes to finding true love, it is important to recognize that being picky with your love interests is not a bad thing. It is a sign of self-respect and a recognition of your worth. You know what you want in a partner, and you are not willing to settle for anything less. Overthinking does more harm than good. Sigma males possess a great analytical ability that sets them apart from the crowd. You are passionate about thinking and can easily delve deep into complex ideas and concepts. However, with this great strength comes a potential weakness: overthinking. When you overthink, you tend to analyze things too much, sometimes to the point of paralysis. You may become so fixated on details that you lose sight of the big picture, or you may analyze a situation to the point where you can't make a decision. Overthinking can also lead to stress and anxiety, which can negatively impact your health and well-being. It's important to recognize that there is a thin line between being logical and being an overthinker. While being logical means considering all the available information and making informed decisions, being an overthinker means obsessing over details, worrying excessively about the future, and second-guessing yourself constantly. As a Sigma male, you must learn to embrace the truth that overthinking does more harm than good. Learn to let go of the need for perfection and accept that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. It is okay to ask for help when you need it. As individuals, we all have unique personalities and traits that define us. Some of us may be naturally more independent and self-sufficient, while others may feel more comfortable relying on others for help and support. Sigma males are generally characterized as independent and autonomous individuals who prefer to keep to themselves. They tend to be highly self-sufficient, which can sometimes make it challenging for them to seek help or assistance when needed. While this trait may be seen as a strength in some situations, it can also become a significant obstacle, especially when facing challenges that require the support and expertise of others. In such cases, the reluctance to ask for help can lead to frustration, stress, and even failure. We all need help and support from time to time, whether it's to overcome a challenging task, deal with a personal issue, or simply share our feelings with someone who can empathize with us. People will judge you severely. As a Sigma male, you may have noticed that people tend to judge you more severely than others. This is often because many people are not familiar with the Sigma archetype and its unique characteristics. Unlike the more well-known alpha male archetype, Sigma males tend to be more independent, introspective, and analytical. This can make them appear strange or unusual to those who are unfamiliar with their personality traits. The reality is that people tend to judge what they don't understand. When faced with something unfamiliar or outside their comfort zone, many people will react with fear, suspicion, or hostility. This can lead to Sigma males being judged unfairly or harshly, simply because they don't fit the mold of what society expects from a typical male. You must be prepared to face judgment and criticism from others, even when you know that your choices and actions are right for you. Knowing the harsh realities Sigma males must embrace, it is time to know the things Sigma males will never tolerate. Click on the image and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.